Hey chess punks, welcome back to another video. For today's video, the topic is going to be one of the most premier events in the world of chess, the World Chess Championship. The World Championship is just a couple of days away, so this video will get you covered on all you need to know about the exciting match happening on April 9th. So before I begin with the regulations, players and the schedule etc., let me tell you that World Championship procedure is a grueling process. The players have to be on top of their dedication, focus, preparation and everything has to be top notch. So every year what happens is the world champion is challenged by the winner of the candidates. But this year, the current world champion Magnus, who has been successfully defending his title since winning it in 2013, has refused to play in a world championship match due to lack of motivation to go through this exhausting process. So this year, what will happen is, instead of the world champion versus the challenger, we will have the winner of the candidates against the runner-up of the candidates. So if you have followed the candidates that happened in 2022, you must be knowing that it was won by Ian Nepomniachtchi and the runner-up was Ding Liren. As you can see from this play card, the Ian Nepomniachtchi is currently world number 2 with a rating of 2795. Whereas Ding Liren is not so far away from him, being world number 3 with a rating of 2788. Now just to give you some context, you should know that Ian Nepomniachtchi won the candidates with a score of 9.5 out of 13, which is the highest in the current format of the game. He also has played a 2021 World Championship match against Magnus, and although he lost this championship, he must be having that experience of playing a World Championship match, which could come handy for him. Meanwhile, Ding is also a very strong player himself. He is the Chinese number 1 and the highest rated Chinese player ever. He finished the candidates with 8 out of 13 at the second place. And the story of Ding is actually very interesting because Ding was actually not supposed to play in the candidates tournament. But Sergei Karyakin, who originally was supposed to play, was disqualified by FIDE over his pro-war comments. So then Ding Liren went on a crazy marathon of playing 26 classical games in a span of just 4 weeks and cemented his place in the candidates. If that much drama was not enough, he actually beat Hikaru Nakamura in the last game to clinch the second spot. So that's the matchup that we have. On one side there is world number 3, on the other side there is world number 2. So the contest is between two of the best players in the world. So if we now check out the head-to-head between the two players, it is neck and neck with Ian Nepomniachtchi having a better score of 3-2 against Ding Liren with 9 draws as far as classical chess is concerned. If we extend this result to rapid and blitz, then you can see behind me that Nepo is actually the clear favorite with a score of 8-3 with 2 draws. So if this match gets to rapid or blitz tie breaks, then you can see that Nepo is clearly the favorite. But in the classical, you can not differentiate between these two players. They are both very great. And as far as their playing style is concerned, Ding Liren is exclusively an 1d4 player. So whenever Ding is white, we could expect some Nimzo Indian or Catalan or even Queen's Gambit decline. And as far as Nepo is concerned, Nepo also does not deviate from his 1e4. So whenever Nepo is white, we would see some Rai Lopez or that sort of stuff, unless both these players decides to surprise us in the World Championship match. And as far as their current form is concerned, Ding has actually contrasting results compared to Ian Nepomniachtchi, because Ian Nepomniachtchi played at the WR Masters and finished at the first tied place, and then in the tie breaks he actually got the 3rd place. Whereas Ding Liren had horrible Tata Steel Masters tournament, a tournament he would like to forget before the World Championship begins, because he finished at the 11th place with a score of 5.5 out of 13 with just 1 win to his name. So he clearly would like to forget that and begin World Championship note with a win. So now that we have a nice context regarding the players, let's move on to the format of the game. So this format is very interesting with 14 classical games, and whoever gets to 7.5 points first wins the match. And time control is even more interesting because you get 120 minutes for the first 40 moves with no increment, and then after 40 moves for the next 20 moves you get another 60 minutes, and after 60 moves have finished you get 15 minutes for the rest of the game with a 30 seconds of increment. So initially for the first 60 moves there is no increment, so we could definitely expect the players to get into time trouble, and there will be some exciting chess that could happen in the first 60 moves, because after 60 moves there will be increment for the players where the players will feel more at home. Also there are no draw offers allowed before the move 40, so you cannot offer draw to your opponent within the move 40. Only draw allowed is by threefold repetition. So this is the regulations for the classical match. And also let's say if the game ends in a 7-7 tie in the classical portion, then we will have a 4-game playoff of 25 minutes plus 10 seconds of increment. And even after that 4-game playoff, if the score is still tied, then we will have a 2-game blitz playoff of 5+3 between the two players. And if still there is a tie, then there will be another 2-game playoff of 5+3. And even after these many tie breaks, if there is still a tie between the players, then they will play a game of 3+2 until a winner is decided. So those are the regulations for the tie breaks. And now moving on to the schedule of the tournament. Now the championship is taking place in St. Regis Hotel in Astana, Kazakhstan. The opening ceremony begins on 7th of April, but the actual tournament will be starting from 9th of April at 3 p.m. local time, but it will start at 2:30 p.m. as far as Indian Standard Time is concerned, then 11 a.m. Central European Time and 2 a.m. Pacific Time. You will be able to follow this tournament on FIDE's YouTube channel, as well as major other chess platforms like Chess24 and Chess.com will surely be covering this event. The FIDE commentary will mostly comprise of Shunathan Anand for some game, and then for some games Tenil Dubo will be joined by him. So this is the schedule that you have. There is you can see that there is a break after every 2 days. The players will get a rest day for themselves between 2 rounds. So that's the schedule for you. And the prize fund is such that the total prize fund is 2 million euros of any applicable local taxes, and it will be divided such that 60% will go to the winner and 40% will go to the runner-up. And in case if there is a 7-7 tie in the classical portion, then the distribution will be such that 55% goes to the winner and 45% of it will go to the runner-up. So that is the total prize fund of this tournament, and that is all the info that I wanted to give you guys about this World Championship game. And now that you have all the info about the World Championship, it's time for some predictions. So in the comment section, do let me know who you think will come out as the world champion after this match finishes, and also who you are rooting. And if you found this video useful, also mention that, and do subscribe and like the channel to support this channel. And I will see you in the next video with some another cool chess content. Until then, bye bye.